Ho, ho, ho! Happy holidays and Merry Christmas from legendary Alex Cardinelli.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Hello, tropical fish keepers! Welcome to Life in the Amazon, right here on Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, the one and the only South American fish keeper, Aqua Alex. How are you guys and gals doing today? Thank you so much for tuning in to the 19th episode of Life in the Amazon. I hope your tropical fish are doing great. I hope they're happy and healthy, and I hope they're getting a great diet. Today, we're going to travel to Bolivia to create Bolivian biotopes. We traveled to Peru, we traveled to Brazil, we traveled to Venezuela, and today we're going to travel to Bolivia to learn about all the freshwater fish species that call Bolivia home. And we're going to create some Bolivian biotopes. I'm going to create a community biotope and a monster biotope from fish that come from Bolivia. Believe it or not, there are about 600 fish species that call Bolivia home, and many of those fish species are available right here in the aquarium hobby. There are some amazing fish that call Bolivia home, such as the gorgeous Bolivian ram cichlid, one of my favorite dwarf cichlids to come from South America. So if you have any questions or you want to talk about your favorite fish species that comes from Bolivia, please post them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer your questions or mention the fish that you mentioned that lives in Bolivia. Just a few seconds ago, there's one of them. There is a species of a Bolivia fish right behind me. That is a Mylosoma hard-bellied pacu or silver pacu, and you'll find them in Bolivia. So let's get this show started. And we're going to do what I call social studies class, because right now we're going to learn about the country Bolivia. We're going to learn about the country where all the fish come from. So let's learn about Bolivia right now. So Bolivia is a landlocked country located in western central South America. It is bordered by Brazil to the north and east, Paraguay to the southeast, Argentina to the south, Chile to the southwest, and Peru to the west. The largest city and principal industrial center is Santa Cruz de la Sierra, located on the Llanos Orientales, tropical lowlands. It's a mostly flat region in the east of the country. Its geography varies from the peaks of the Andes in the west to the eastern lowlands situated within the Amazon basin. One third of the country is within the Andean mountain range. Bolivia is the fifth largest country in South America after Brazil, Argentina, Peru, and Colombia, and alongside Paraguay, one of the only two landlocked countries in the Americas. Bolivia is the 27th largest country in the world, the largest landlocked country in the southern hemisphere, and the world's seventh largest landlocked country. The country's population is currently estimated at 12 million people. So that's a pretty small country by population standards. The geography of the country exhibits a great variety of terrain and climates. Bolivia has a high level of biodiversity, considered one of the greatest in the world, as well as several ecoregions with ecological subunits such as the Altiplano tropical rainforest, including the Amazon rainforest, dry valleys, and the Chiquantina, which is a tropical savanna. These areas feature enormous variations in altitude from an elevation of 6,542 meters above sea level in Novato, Samaja, to nearly 70 meters along the Paraguay River. The climate of Bolivia varies drastically from one ecoregion to the other, from the tropics in the eastern Llanos to a polar climate in the western Andes. The summers are warm, humid in the east, and dry in the west, with rains that often modify temperatures, humidity, winds, atmospheric pressure, and evaporation, yielding very different climates in different areas. So Bolivia is a country that does not have the same climate. It's basically like the United States, where in Massachusetts in the winter it snows, but in Florida it's warm. Bolivia has more than 2,900 animal species, including 398 mammals, over 1,400 birds. They have about 14% of birds known in the world, being the sixth most diverse country in terms of bird species, 204 amphibians, 277 reptiles, and 635 fish species, all freshwater fish, as Bolivia is a landlocked country. and that is information on Bolivia. That is our social studies lesson for today. Because now we're going to get into our main topic, and that is fish that call Bolivia home. Here are some freshwater fish that call Bolivia home. And let me point out something really quick. There are over 630 species of fish that live in Bolivia. So obviously, I'm not going to be able to name every single species of fish that calls Bolivia home. So please know that. There are over 635 species of fish that live in Bolivia, and I'm not going to name all of them, but I'm going to name a majority of them and the ones that are most popular here in the aquarium hobby. So let's get started. The first fish that calls Bolivia home actually has Bolivia in its name. And that is one of my favorite dwarf cichlids of all time. And that is the Bolivian ram cichlid. Look how gorgeous the Bolivian ram really is. It looks just like a threadfin acara. The only difference is the stage much smaller than the threadfin acara. The Bolivian ram cichlid can grow anywhere between 2.5 to 3 inches. And once I upgrade my threadfin acaras and my geos and all the large fish in the 75 to the 125, I definitely would like to get a Bolivian ram. The Bolivian ram is a very, very gorgeous fish. And the Bolivian ram is one of the most popular dwarf cichlids in the aquarium hobby. So the Bolivian ram comes from Bolivia, and that would probably be the namesake fish for Bolivia, the Bolivian ram. The next fish we're going to talk about is an Oscar, and it is known as the bumblebee Oscar. You'll find bumblebee Oscars in Bolivia. Now, bumblebee Oscars are related to the Astronautus ocellatus. They're just a different species of Astronautus. They're very beautiful. As you can see, they got the black spots on their face. They come into the aquarium hobby every now and then. They are a somewhat expensive Oscar, but they're very, very easy to keep, very similar in care to the normal Oscar. The next fish I'm going to talk about is a pike species. And I believe I actually have this pike because it looks just like the pike that I got from Aquatic and Exotic a couple of weeks ago. This is called a Crentia cicla. Let me see what the scientific name is. Crentia cicla lepidata. So this is a species of pike that is frequent in Bolivia. It lives in Bolivia, and you can actually catch them from Bolivia. So this is the Crenchicicla lepidata. Very beautiful pike cichlid. I like the purple heel to it, and I also like the gold spots and the gold coloration. I hope my pike cichlid turns out to be a Crenchicicla lepidata because it's a very beautiful fish. Look at the coloration of that Crenchicicla. Very, very gorgeous. Up next, we've got Geophagus ceramicis, the true, authentic Ceramicis geophagus. They come from Bolivia, and they're an absolutely show-stopping earth eater. The problem, though, a lot of people import Ceramicis type earth eaters, but they're not really Ceramicis. For example, I've got Geophagus abalos, which look very similar to the Geophagus ceramicis. But the Geophagus ceramicis come from Bolivia, and they're an amazing earth eater, very, very colorful. I remember a couple of years ago, these fish were very abundant in the aquarium hobby, but now more subspecies of the ceramicis type are coming into the aquarium hobby, and that's a good thing because we got the Geophagus abalios, which is a great species, very colorful. Geophagus windmilleri, which is another very colorful earth eater. Geophagus savini, which is also another one. But the true Ceramicis geophagus, you'll find them in Bolivia. Now, there is a species of severum that comes from Bolivia that is very, very beautiful, and it is this species. It kind of looks like Heros nautilus, but it's not Heros nadius because Heros nadius is a little bit different looking. This is a species of sevrum that you'll find in Bolivia, and the scientific name for this species that I found is Heros spurus, Spurus. That's the scientific name that was given for this sevrum that was collected in Bolivia. This is a Bolivian sevrum. It looks like a green sevrum, but it has a lot of spots on it. A very beautiful sevrum that hails from Bolivia. I wonder if they come into the aquarium hobby because that is a very beautiful fish. And then there's the common festivum cichlid, aka the flag cichlid. You'll find them all over South America. You'll find them in Peru, Brazil, Colombia, Venezuela, and now there's some in Bolivia. So the festivum cichlid is widespread all throughout South America, and they make their way into Bolivian waters as well. Now, the festivum is a very nice South American cichlid. It can go with angelfish, it can go with discus, it can even go in with Oscars and the like because it grows to a decent size. And it's been a while since I've had a festivum cichlid. And the last cichlid that I'm going to talk about that comes from Bolivia, another earth eater, and it is known as the Jurapari. Santa Perca jurapari, or as stores call it, Geophagus jurapari. This is a very bland looking Santa Perca, in my opinion. That's because I have been spoiled with Santa Perca leacustica and Santa Perca Damien. But this one is the OG of the Santa Perca in the aquarium hobby. It's the very first that has been imported, and it is like a decades old fish that you find in the aquarium hobby. A lot of fish stores, when you ask for Jurapari, this is the one that they know because it's the one that's been imported in the aquarium hobby since the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Leacustica started coming in around the 2000s. They come from only one specific region, and it is the most beautiful of the Jurapari family because of those gold spots on the face. But this one is also equally nice. It doesn't have coloration, but what it makes up for coloration is its sand sifting ability and its schooling ability. That's what I really love about the earth eaters is they really school really well together, and there's no exception with the Jurapari. I personally just prefer the Leacustica or the Damien in a Santa Perca. So those are all the cichlids that come from Bolivia. Let's talk about the cherisons and the tetras that come from Bolivia. I've actually got a couple of them in my 125 behind me. So when we get to that, I'll make sure I point them out. So we're going to start with some piranhas that call Bolivia home. One of the biggest piranhas in the world, Ceratosomus rhombus. You will find rhombus piranhas in Bolivia. One of the most deadliest piranhas known to man. These guys can bite off your fingers and bite off your thumbs. So if you ever go to Bolivia, don't mess with them. They will literally take a chunk out of you. I saw a thing online that was written by a Bolivian person who moved to the United States. He said he actually seen a rhombus piranha devour an entire frog, a green tree frog or whatever. It devoured it whole in one bite. So imagine what a black piranha can do to your finger. Ow! I wouldn't want to get near those teeth. And then we've got this beautiful piranha. This is called a Ceratosomus maculatus, the Mac piranha, the Big Mac piranha. Very, very beautiful piranha. It's got a silver body with some gold on the face and gold on the stomach and a gold dorsal fin. It is the Ceratosomus version of a Pagrocentris pariah, in my opinion. Very beautiful Ceratosomus, very, very colorful. And if I were to keep Ceratosomus, this would be one of them that I would want to keep. But the next species of Ceratosomus piranha that I'm going to talk about is one of my favorites. It looks just like a Manueli piranha, but it is not a Manueli. This piranha right here is called a Ceratosomus humorilis. Humorilis. It looks just like a Manueli, but it's not. It's a Ceratosomus humorilis. It's got the black stripe, like a black bar silver dollar, and the orange cheek, like the black bar silver dollar, like the wide bar scumberky. If I were to keep a piranha, this would be one of them that I would seriously consider getting, because you guys know how much I love those wide bar scumberkies with the black stripe and the orange coloration. And this piranha here resembles that so much. Very, very beautiful fish, and I love the coloration on it. You'll find these guys in Bolivia. They get pretty big as well. Not as big as a Manueli, but they still get pretty big, and they're much more affordable compared to a Ceratosomus Manueli as well. This piranha is a very interesting piranha. The piranha I'm talking about right now is very elongated. It looks like a pariah, and it actually has characteristics similar to a pariah. This is the Ceratosomus elongatus, and you will find them in Bolivia. It's an elongated piranha, so instead of having the round piranha body, it is built instead like a pariah. It is built to withstand the powerful streams and lakes and rivers in Bolivia, and it's able to swim fast to catch prey. Very cool piranha species that comes from Bolivia. And there's another species of piranha from Bolivia that is really common, and that is the Pygrocentris nateri, the red belly piranha. You will find them all over Bolivia and all over other parts of South America as well. But the red belly piranha is really popular in Bolivia. So let's move away from piranhas, shall we? Bolivia is well known for Dorado. Dorados are a great fish to actually go out and sport fish for, because they're very fast swimmers. They put up great fights, and they've got a sharp set of teeth on them that makes them an amazing fish to go fishing for. Do these guys belong in the aquarium hobby? Well, you guys know my opinion on that. No, because they're a very large growing fish. They're very active. They need a lot of tank space. So, in my opinion, the Dorado does not belong in the aquarium hobby. But if you ever go to Bolivia, it would be fun to fish for them and release them safely. Another terracin tetra you'll find in Bolivia is the red belly pacu. Now, the red belly pacu grows massive. It can get up to 24 inches and sometimes even larger. It is quite commonly imported into the aquarium hobby. The unsuspecting aquarist buys it and it outgrows their aquarium. And unfortunately, it ends up in our Florida lakes, rivers, and ponds, and even in Texas. And these guys get invasive down here. But yes, the red belly pacu is commonly found and is natural. It's a natural occurring fish in Bolivia and South America. How about a tambaqui? Have you guys ever heard of a tambaqui? My favorite of the pacu. This is the black pacu, aka the tambaqui, and you'll find them in Bolivia. These are the pacu that live on nuts. They will eat the Amazonian nuts and fruit that fall into the river and ponds and lakes of Bolivia, and they actually are very interesting. It's very cool to watch them actually eat nuts with their mouth. Their mouth is very similar to a piranha. As we all know, pacus and piranha are in the same family, with the exception that pacus are vegan, kind of, because they eat vegan food, but they'll also eat meat foods as well. But the black pacu, very nice pacu from Bolivia. There's also a bunch of chalceus that call Bolivia home. You'll find the pink-tailed chalceus, the yellow-fin chalceus in Bolivia. They're a great fish that live in Bolivia. And then there is the silver hatchetfish. You'll find this hatchet fish in Bolivia. This is the common hatchet fish that calls Bolivia home. But, in my community aquarium, I would love to have some hatchet fish. I've got to get my aggressive pike cichlid and my monsters out of there. They're growing out for the tank behind me. And once I'm able to do that, I would love to get some silver hatchet fish for that community aquarium. They're one of the hatchet fish species that you'll find living in Bolivia. And then, of course, we've got our three-striped pencil fish. I don't know much about this fish at all because I have never kept pencil fish in my life. But what I can tell you is that they're a very gorgeous fish. The three-striped pencil fish is actually very nice looking. It looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which is fitting because this time of year is Christmas. Doesn't it look like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Very, very colorful fish and a very awesome looking one. Now, here is a fish that I actually have in my possession from Bolivia. I actually have two of them in the 125 gallon behind me, and that is the Mylosoma derventuri, or the silver hard-bellied pacu. These are very cool. They grow to be about 8 to 9 inches in length, and they're like a pacu. They're like a silver dollar. So if God created a silver dollar pacu hybrid, it's this fish. And I'm fortunate to have two of them to grow out with my Mylius scrumberki. These are very, very cool. They eat vegetable matter. They eat pellets. They'll also devour shrimp. Really cool fish. If you've never seen or kept hard-belly pacu or hard-belly silver dollars, contact your local fish store. I think you should get them because they're amazing. They're a really fun silver dollar pacu type. And then there is the spotted silver dollar that comes from Bolivia. I really love this silver dollar. The problem is they're hard to come by now. I like to grow out my fish. When I go to find them, I always find adult species, which is fine if I'm looking to add them to my large 125 gallon community tank. But if I want to grow them out, it's hard to find juvenile spotted silver dollars, but they are very, very awesome looking and very, very cool. Look at that orange spot on the spotted silver dollar. That is very, very nice and very, very gorgeous. And then there are black skirt tetras that come from Bolivia. These are the most infamous of the South American tetra because they were used to create the glowfish tetra. It was originally the skirt tetras that created glow tetras. Now they use black skirt tetras and Pristilla tetras. But many moons ago, it was just the skirt tetras that created the glow tetra. So those are the cherisins and tetras that call Bolivia home. And throughout the show, you're going to see my Mylosoma swim by. And we just talked about Mylosoma. There they go again. It's like they're right on cue. As soon as I mention them, they like to swim by. And you just saw one of my Mylius scrumberki as well. All right, so let's talk about the catfish species that calls Bolivia home. And we'll start with one of my favorite Raphael cats. This is the spotted Raphael. It's one of my favorite, but it's one I would never keep because you'll never see them. They're always constantly hiding, just like the striped Raphael, but at least I see my striped Raphael when I put some fish food in the aquarium. The spotted Raphael you'll never see, but that doesn't stop me from at least thinking about getting some. I definitely would like to get some for my 75 gallons. So maybe one day I will own some spotted Raphaels, but they're a very beautiful catfish that calls Bolivia home. This is a dream catfish of mine that I've always wanted to keep, and I have never successfully kept one. I've only tried keeping one once or one twice, and both times they ended up passing. But eventually I will get one of these catfish, and that is the Durant's catfish, aka the false zebra shovelnose. These are found in Bolivia, and the ones from Bolivia actually have the most color, I believe. The Jerez cats from Bolivia are very gorgeous and very beautiful, and I definitely would love to get a Jerez cat from a Bolivian shipment should my local fish store ever do a Bolivian shipment again. Very, very colorful catfish. And then we've got vulture cats. You'll find vulture cats in Bolivia. I really adore and love vulture cats. They're a very beautiful catfish. I've actually got one in my 125 behind me, and I'm actually going to be rehoming him pretty soon with my buddy Daryl and the other vulture cats that I had. Very, very cool catfish. And then we've got the four-line pictus, Pimelotus blotchi, one of my all-time favorite catfish. I've got 3 growing out in the 75 in the other room. I've got 2 in here. So I've got a total of 5 four-line pictus Pimelotus blotchi. A great beginner, medium to large size catfish that will go great with convicts, Oscars, etc. It'll even eat the extra convict fry that the convicts will have when they have babies, because convicts have more sex than any of us. They breed like rabbits. But the four-line pictus, very, very cool catfish. The Sturbicoridorus is found in Bolivia. Sterbicore is one of my late friend Lynn Matney's favorites. Very, very beautiful. The Irwini catfish. Look how beautiful the Irwini catfish is. It's related to the Oxydorus niger, but it's really slow growing. And it's not as active either. It's like a giant Raphael. A giant Raphael would be the best way to describe an Irwini cat, but more prettier, a much prettier version of a Raphael. Tiger shovelnose. Tiger shovelnose are found all throughout South America, but there are quite a few species that you will find in Bolivia. Here is a picture of a tiger shovelnose that was captured in Bolivia. Very, very pretty. I love the orange on the tail, and I love the pattern of a tiger shovelnose. Big tiger shovelnose fan here, by the way, if you couldn't already figure that out. Very, very cool fish. And then we've got the Lima shovelnose, and I actually just recently purchased a Lima shovelnose from one of my favorite fish stores here in southern Florida. There's a couple of Cerebum species that call Bolivia home, and it's Cerebum elongatus, Cerebum lima are a couple that live in Bolivia. They also live in Peru and other areas of South America. Now, here is a species of a shovelnose cat that I've never heard of before, never seen before, but man, I really want to keep it. And that is the porthole shovelnose catfish. This looks like South America's version of a giraffe catfish. Catfish enthusiast, am I wrong? Does this not look like a South American version of a giraffe cat? It really does. I think so, at least. It's a very beautiful shovelnose cat. It's known as a porthole shovelnose cat. I really don't have any information on it other than it's a really gorgeous fish. Really beautiful porthole shovelnose catfish. And the final catfish that comes from Bolivia is the marble sailfin pleco, aka the Gibby pleco. One of my all-time favorite plecos. Really, really unique and unorthodox algae eater and pleco that comes from Bolivia. So those are all the catfish species that come from Bolivia. Now I've got 3 unique oddballs that I'm going to talk about that come from Bolivia. Up first, it's well known in the aquarium hobby. A lot of people keep them. The black ghost knifefish. This is one that is found in Brazil, Venezuela, but you'll also find it here in Bolivia. Very, very nice fish. I really admire and respect the black ghost knife, and I will get one again in the future. It's a very gorgeous fish. And then there is the carpo knife. This one is very, very nice. This one you'll find in Bolivia as well as some other awesome knife fish. This one's also a very, very cool fish. And I've never seen them in person, but I would love to get one of them. And finally, There are a plethora of freshwater stingrays that call Bolivia home. Matoro is a good example of a stingray that you'll find in Bolivia. Matoro stingrays are very, very popular in Bolivia. A lot of the locals there respect the stingrays, but they also are fearful of them because they don't want to get stung by a stingray, because a freshwater stingray's venom is much more potent, which means it's much more stronger than a saltwater stingray, and a freshwater stingray could potentially kill you. So I firmly agree with them that they don't want to get stung because it will be a very painful sting. But yes, there are plenty of freshwater stingrays in Bolivia. All right, so those are all of the freshwater fish species that call Bolivia home. As I said earlier, there are over 630 species that live in Bolivia, and all the species that I just mentioned are some of the most popular and most common, and some of them are actually the most coolest, and I figured they would be great to mention on this show. So now we're going to create our first biotope using fish that come from Bolivia. And we're going to create my community aquarium. So for my community aquarium, I'll say it's a 220-gallon aquarium. It's going to have some driftwood and a sand substrate. And in my Bolivian community aquarium, I will have the following fish. My Bolivian community biotope aquarium would have 12 Bolivian ram cichlids, a dozen Bolivian rams, a dozen silver hatchetfish, a dozen black skirt tetras, a dozen spotted silver dollars, a dozen Corridora sturbi, a Gibby pleco, and some festivum cichlids, probably about a half dozen festivum cichlids, and that would be my Bolivian community aquarium. So again, it would be Bolivian rams, silver hatchetfish, black skirt tetras, spotted silver dollars, Corridora sturbi, and a old-fashioned Gibby sailfin pleco. The Gibby sailfin pleco is a very, very nice fish. So that is my community biotope aquarium. All right. So right now, I think is the perfect time to take our intermission. Before we get into our intermission, I want to remind any of my Facebook viewers, any of my fish keeping Facebook viewers who are watching this, if you're a fish keeper and you're watching this on Facebook, you can support me. You can support me by sending stars. Stars help me earn money to make more content. So if you enjoyed this video and you're watching it on Facebook, consider donating a star and help me make money so that I can get some quality aquarium supplies and also prize giveaway in the future. So just wanted to throw that out there. All right, this intermission is being brought to you by my friends at Little Egypt Aquarium Club. It's the holidays. Are you looking for a gift for that special fish keeper in your life? Check out Little Egypt Aquarium Club. You can save 10% by using discount code ALEX. When we come back from intermission, we're going to create our monster aquarium biotope from Bolivia. We'll be right back right after a word from our friends and our supporters. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. Life in the Amazon continues right after this. Aqua Alex here, and I'm proud to partner with Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Little Egypt Aquarium Club was founded by my friend Jeremy Stellhorn. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with quality aquarium supplies. You will find sponge filters, pleco caves, and so much more. Little Egypt Aquarium Club also has quality fish foods. You'll find things like rapashi. Rapashi is a name brand fish food, perfect for placostomus, community fish, and even monster fish. You'll find medicated fish foods as well. Aqua Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn are teaming up to save you some money. If you use my discount code, which is Alex, you will get 10% off your order. So go to littleegyptaquariumclub.com right now, place an order, and use coupon code Alex, and you will save 10% on your order. Now back to the fish chat.
Are you a tropical fish keeper living in South Florida? You need to check out Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida. Aquatic and Exotic is home to quality freshwater and saltwater tropical fish. You will find African cichlids, South and Central American cichlids, goldfish and koi, and exotic fish. We also supply aquarium supplies like filters and heaters, aquariums, and lights. We also have quality fish food brands. Aquatic and Exotic is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Questions? Give us a call at 772-781-4046. Stop on by and check us out. 1525 A.C.E. Lockhart Street, Stuart, Florida 34994.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, fish keepers! Aqua Alex here, and I'm inviting you to the Christmas-themed Fish Keepers Q&A, airing live Wednesday, December 21st, 2022 at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli. This marks the final Fish Keepers Q&A of 2022, and this one will be Christmas themed. I, Aqua Alex Cardinelli, look forward to answering your tropical fish keeping questions, whether they are freshwater or saltwater. And I need your fish keeping questions, so please email all fish keeping questions to Alex Go Yankees Cardinelli19 at gmail.com. It could be a freshwater aquarium or fish question, or a saltwater aquarium or fish question. I have kept both freshwater and saltwater so I can answer your question with my knowledge and my experience. And you could also answer my questions. These are the questions that Aqua Alex is asking you, the tropical fish keepers. What do you want as an aquarium hobby gift for Christmas this year? How was 2022 for your fish hobby? And what are your 2023 aquarium hobby plans? Email your answers to Alex Go Yankees Cardinelli19 at gmail.com. Plus, I've got the Fish Keeper Show Off, and I need photos and videos of your aquariums and fish. So email photos and videos of your fish to Alex Go Yankees Cardinelli19 at gmail.com. On top of answering your questions and showing off your fish, I've got some great topics for December Christmas's Fish Keepers Q&A. I'm going to talk about the personal fish that I'm glad I got to keep and raise this year. I'm going to talk about Christmas presents that are great gifts for fish keepers. And I'm also going to talk about what to do if someone buys you live fish as a Christmas gift. I'm going to talk about my personal 2023 fish keeping plans and so much more. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, everyone. Come be a part of the Fish Keepers Christmas themed Q&A live Wednesday, December 21st, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. Welcome back to Life in the Amazon, Ep.19, here on Aquatic Wetline on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli. Today I am taking a trip to Bolivia. And so far we learned about Bolivia, we learned about the fish species that live in Bolivia, and we created our community Bolivian biotope. Now it's time to create the main event biotope, and that is the monster biotope from Bolivia. So are you guys ready to create our Bolivian aggressive biotope aquarium or our monster Bolivian biotope aquarium? Well, let's get her done. Here is the monster aggressive Bolivian biotope. So in my Bolivian monster biotope, it would be a 1,000-gallon aquarium with some sand substrate. And in my Bolivian monster biotope, I would have two bumblebee Oscars. I would have a group of Crentia cicla lepidata, which are very beautiful. I would have 6 or 7 Geophagus ceremesis. I'd have some of that amazing sebrums that we saw earlier in the show, Herospirius. I'd have a Matoro stingray or a couple of them, a Irwini catfish, a Durance catfish, a 4-line pictus, and a Mylosoma school. So that is what my predatory aquarium would be. Bumblebee Oscars, Quinticicla lapata, Geophagus ceremesis, Herospirius, freshwater stingrays, Irwini cats, Durance cats, 4-line pictus, and Mylosoma. But luckily, I already have 4-line pictus. I've got 5 of them. I've got a vulture cat, and I've got Mylosoma silver dollars already. So technically, I kind of have a biotope going from Bolivia already. So very, very fun. Wow, we've reached the end of our show already. I've had a great time here in Bolivia. It's been an honor and a pleasure hosting this episode of Life in the Amazon. Now, another Bolivian fish that is popular in Bolivia just swam by me, and that is the gold wolffish. You'll find them in Bolivia as well. Anyway, I had a blast talking about fish that live in Bolivia. I hope you did as well. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me a thumbs up and like this video on YouTube. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. So the next episode of Life in the Amazon, we're going to step away from creating biotopes just for that episode, because next time, guess what number episode we're going to be already? We'll be in our 20s. That's right. The next episode of Life in the Amazon will be episode number 20. So the next episode of Life in the Amazon, we're going to do a complete overview of the aquatic animals that call Amazon home. I'll talk about anacondas, I'll talk about capybaras, I'll talk about caiman, and some exotic animals that live in the Amazon, and even some of the cooler fish species there. So to celebrate 20 amazing episodes, we're going to take a look at some of the cool aquatic animals that call Amazon home. So make sure you stay tuned for that amazing episode. Also, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli, because I've got some great videos coming your way. Thank you for watching. Happy fish keeping. Enjoy the aquarium, everybody. And make sure you share this video with your friends. Tank on and happy fish keeping. Happy holidays, everyone. Legendary Alex Cardinelli here. I am a YouTuber and I'm also a live streamer here on Facebook. Heck, you may have already seen some of my live streams. Today, I'm here to tell you that I'm an official video creator here on Facebook, and you, my viewers, can show support by sending me some stars here on Facebook. What exactly are stars? Well, stars are your way to show your support for all the live stream videos that I create. You purchase stars, and the purchase that you make for the stars goes directly towards me, and it'll help me create high quality live streams and high quality content in return for you. So in a way, it's your way of showing your appreciativeness for my awesome content that I give to you. I think it is something really cool that Facebook is allowing me to do. So the next time you watch one of my live streams on Facebook, please consider sending a star. It could be any amount that you want. I have never ever had a Facebook star sent to me, so you could be the first, the second, the third, the fourth, or hell, by the time this video is uploaded, the 100th. But I will be forever grateful if you send me a Facebook star and show your love and support. Because in the next few months, I've got some great videos coming your way. I've got the 800th video coming up on my YouTube channel that'll also stream live right here on Facebook. I've got my 9-year YouTube anniversary, which is now going to be a 9-year live streamer anniversary. That's going to stream right here on Facebook also. So all those great videos, any of the support stars that I get, all those donation funds will go towards prize giveaways for big anniversaries like the 9-year anniversary and things like that. So also consider that. Anyway, as always, I appreciate you watching my videos. I hope you enjoy them. And if you really love my video, and I mean if you really enjoyed the video, then kindly consider sending some stars and showing some love and support by sending some Facebook stars so I can start earning some money from these awesome live streams that I do. Because I really do put a lot of hard work and effort into them. Happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Legendary Alex Cardinelli saying, keep it real, keep it legendary, and stay legendary, everybody. Do you want to celebrate Christmas early? Do you want to get a Christmas present early? How? Well, I, legendary Alex Cardinelli, know how. I'm inviting you to my legendary 800th YouTube video bash. And that bash airs live Sunday, December 18th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli. It's going to be a big party, and you're invited to it. There is something for everyone on my 800th video. Aqua Alex is going to go to his friend's house, Daryl Shorts, who is an amazing fish keeper. And for the first time ever, Daryl is going to give us a guided tour of his fish room and show off some of his amazing fish. For the first time ever, Aqua Alex will be given a fish room tour from another aquarium hobbyist. There will be other surprises from Aqua Alex as well. Chef Alex has a great treat for Christmas. 3 amazing recipes, including red velvet whoopie pies, peanut butter blossoms, and Twix cookies. WWE fan Alex Cardinelli is going to create his own premium live event. Plus, legendary Alex Cardinelli reacts to the 8 funniest comments on his YouTube channel and more. Let's celebrate our hard work, and let's celebrate the accomplishment of 800 videos. It's my Christmas gift to you. You're invited. I hope to see you there. Join me on my 800th video, Sunday, December 18th, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Santa Claus Alex Cardinelli here, inviting you to be a part of the second annual Christmas Bash. Live Friday, December 23rd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli. Celebrate Christmas 2 days early with me, the legendary Santa Claus Alex Cardinelli. It's going to be a fun Christmas bash this year. Why? Well, I have a special guest Santa coming on the show. Who will the special guest Santa be on the Christmas 2022 bash? Plus, there will be appearances by Chef Alex Cardinelli, who makes some delicious cookies. Chef Alex will show you how to make a cannoli cookie. And there will be an appearance by Aqua Alex, who will show you Christmas-themed fish. And many other Christmas surprises. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. Join me, Santa Claus Alex Cardinelli, for the second annual Christmas Bash, Friday, December 23rd, 2022, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinelli. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas.